Hello, my loves. Hello, everybody. How are you? So this is my open office hours. I'm going to be doing some live coaching, making myself available for the next 30 minutes. So if you're here, join me. Come bring your questions about courage, about walking in courage, about having confidence, about overcoming fears, about forgiveness, about managing emotions, whatever it is that has got you stuck in regards to your mindset that's keeping you from moving forward. This is the place. Come ask your questions. How are you, lovely people? Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be available the next 30 minutes. Whatever you got going on that's got you stuck, this is the place to come ask. I think next week might be the last week I do these open office hours, live coaching here on my page, because moving forward, starting in July, I'm going to be doing them in my private community. And I'll tell you a bit more about that in a few. But in the meantime, hang tight with me just a second. I'm going to go ahead and just share this out, okay? Hey, everybody. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Shantoria. Hey, Marie, Tracy, Albert, Nicole. Hello, my loves. Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and share this out. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Give me some thumbs up, some hearts, some smiley faces. Let me know that you can hear me and see me. For those of you who don't know me, who are new to me, I'm Candace Gray, the Courage Coach. I help women of faith and entrepreneurs conquer fears and feelings of unworthiness that are keeping them stuck, that are keeping them from walking boldly and authentically, confidently and courageously in their purpose. Shantoria, yes. First question. Okay, Shantoria, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and share this out, and I'm going to get to you. Shantoria is asking about how do I overcome fear of success. Baby, when I say that was my fear all of last year, it really was. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to share this out, and then I'm going to start answering questions. Okay, everyone? That's not what I wanted to do. I don't want to share it to my own page. Okay. Join us now. We are live. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad y'all can hear me. I'm glad you can see me. Share to... Hang tight, loves. I'm just waiting on this phone to come on. Perfect. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you so much. Hey, Beverly. How are you, love? Hi, everybody. My phone is tripping. Okay, here we go. Share on my page. Boom. Okay. Mention music. It's time for you to go off. How about I just turn you down? All right. So, Shantoria. Baby, when I tell you that was my fear, like all of last year, it really was. You know, for me, I had conquered a lot of fears, but that fear of success, I was like, oh my gosh. You know, for me, it was about, what if it really happens? Like, what if I am successful? What if this works? Like, what does that mean for me? And so one thing I had to understand that is, especially when we're talking about business, even if we're not talking about business, if we're talking about life in general, when we are successful, what I realized is that the fear a lot of times is not necessarily the fear of success. What I realized is the fear of what comes with the success, the responsibility that comes with the success. You know, what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to be held accountable. That's what we're afraid of. And so when we're talking about even maybe just the business aspect of success, I had to understand that, well, Candace, if you're successful in business, not only is it just a success with connections and people that you're really reaching out to, but it's a monetary success. So if you have this success, yes, there's going to be more responsibility. Yes, there's going to be more accountability. But with that success, we also now have the opportunity to partner with other people to take some things off of our plate, to take some of that responsibility off of our plate. We can outsource to other people who in different niches, their zone of genius. We can partner with them and say, hey, listen, I need you to take this off of my plate and handle that for me. No longer now do I have the bulk of responsibility. I still have responsibility because it's my business, and I have to be sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do to really push both of our businesses forward. But we've got to understand that success is the very thing that we want. You know, what is your alternative? If you're not successful, then are you just going to continue to live life the way you're living it right now? Are you okay with that? And that's the question I feel like we need to ask ourselves when that fear of success. For me, it was no other option. It was either be successful or not. And I didn't want to choose to not be successful because I know that there's so much more on the inside of me. So whatever comes with that success, know that God's grace is sufficient for you. No matter what you are brought to, God is going to bring you through it. Yes, there's going to be some more responsibility. Yes, there's going to be more accountability. But that's what we want. And that's what's going to push us into a different realm of glory. That's what's really going to grow us and challenge us to become our better selves. So we have to really change the way we see things and change our perspective and not necessarily sit with that fear of success, that fear of responsibility, that fear of accountability, but embrace what God is going to bring your way when you do have that success. And think about, what is that going to afford you? The life that it's going to afford you. That's the life I want, baby. That's the life I want. And I would rather choose success any day over not having success. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see. I love this, y'all. Y'all came in blazing like pow, pow, pow. Y'all came in guns a blazing with the questions. Okay. I'm going to go back and just make sure I'm not missing any questions. Hey, Mom. Hey, Sharon. Hey, everybody. Okay, so Nicole, Albert. All right, let's get some other questions. Be a blessing to others. Nicole says, be a blessing to others when you have more assets, cash. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's so much more that we can do in our success. Because at the end of the day, we have this fear of success, and it holds us back from having all the amazing things that God wants to give us. And through that, we're going to be able to pour into other people's lives. Cynthia, my questions. I love this. She came with questions. She said, I got my questions with an S, y'all, with an S. That's what I'm talking about. How do you feel adequate as a professional and an entrepreneur? And also, I have a fear for safety with alcohol massage. How do I overcome that fear and trust God will be with me wherever I go? Okay, so how do you feel adequate as a professional and an entrepreneur? So here's the thing, when it comes to really feeling adequate as an entrepreneur, it's all about confidence, and it's all about confidence in your craft, confidence in your skills, confidence in what God is calling you to do. And the number one way to feel adequate is by getting education, by being competent. You want to be competent in your field. So if you aren't really feeling adequate, you want to ask yourself, what else do I need to do? Is there more education that I need so that I can become fluent in my niche and what it is that I'm doing? Okay? These feelings of inadequacy a lot of times, and I can't go into it here because I'm only doing a 30-minute Q&A. Inadequacy, number one, can stem from rooted issues. Rooted issues in the past, things that may have been traumatic for us or experiences that we've had that told us that we're not good enough. That's number one. That's number one in regards to these feelings of inadequacy. And things of that sort is going to require deeper processing. You're really going to have to get to the root of where these feelings came up at, okay? But when we're talking a bit more on a surface level, it's really about being sure that you're confident and competent in your craft, making sure that you have the education that you need to be fluent in your craft, okay? And it's really about practice, 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 no matter what it is. Get out there and practice, whether it's for free, whether it's paid. Get out there and do the thing that God's calling you to do so that you can feel more adequate. Okay, and also I have a fear for safety with alcohol massage. Okay, so massage therapist is what I'm assuming you're saying. How do I overcome that fear and trust that God will be with me wherever I go? With that one, number one, you just want to be careful that you're screening your patients or your clients. Be sure that you're screening them. Make sure you have some type of a process to where you're asking them questions to be sure that they're going to be your ideal client. Make sure that if you're meeting them in the home, make sure you have some type of if you got to get a taser, baby, if you got to have some type of weapon or something on you to protect you. But at the end of the day, when we're talking about the spiritual part of it, it's about understanding and knowing that God is with us no matter where we go. God will never leave us or forsake us, and he has his angels guiding us and protecting us every single day of our lives. And so with that being said, we've got to be careful not to put ourselves in situations that can be potentially dangerous. So be sure you have some processes in place to really screen these people before you go into their homes and their environments, okay? Check out the environment, do a Google search, make sure it's not like a rough neighborhood if you're going by yourself. So it's about using wisdom when we talk about, going into people's homes and communities. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Shantoria, pray for me because I struggle with drug addiction. Absolutely, baby. Absolutely. I will definitely pray for you in regards to that. Feel free to inbox me too, Shantoria, if you want to talk a bit more about that in depth, okay? Because I just want to be sure that I'm honoring what you're asking me here. You're asking me to pray for you. You're not asking me a question. So I don't want to expound on it and offer unsolicited advice. So if you want to talk more about that, please be sure that you get in my inbox, Shantoria, okay, love? Hey, Charlita. Cynthia, okay. Hey, Erica. Hey, Sister Pat. Okay, good. Good, Cynthia. I'm so glad it was helpful. Okay, so those of you who are still here with me, if you have any questions in regards to overcoming fears, walking in confidence, walking in courage, managing your emotions, overcoming feelings of unworthiness, really taking on a spirit of forgiveness for things that maybe have happened to you in the past. These are my open office hours. I'll be here for about we're looking at about the next 20 minutes at this point, just answering your questions. Open office hours. I'm Candace Gray, the Courage Coach, for those of you who are joining me. I help women of faith and entrepreneurs conquer fears and feelings of unworthiness so that they can walk boldly and authentically, confidently and courageous in their purpose, to do the very thing that God's calling them to do the scary things that they've been avoiding, okay? I'm gifted to help you walk in courage and really change the trajectory of your life so that you can feel more fulfilled and you can feel more accomplished. So I'll be here for about the next 20 minutes answering questions, all right, y'all? Kind of want to turn my music back on, but I get distracted when I'm trying to answer questions. I'm like, turn this off. So I'll just turn it down for right now. I got my mansion music playing. It's kind of my thing, I think, when I come live, especially on these live coaching, I have like my mansion music playing. When I say mansion music, I'm talking about smooth jazz. But I have my mansion music playing, and it's crazy because I'm very aware that Facebook is like shutting people's their Facebook lives down because of copywritten materials in the songs. So I'm trying to keep it to like instrumentals, and we'll see what happens. I listen to like a lot of instrumental dub, instrumental reggae. I listen to instrumental praise and worship music, instrumental jazz. So yeah, this is kind of my thing right now, y'all. This is kind of my thing. Hey Latifa, hey Linda, hello ladies, how are you? For those of you who are joining me, this is my open office hours live coaching. Bring your questions, get some answers. Linda, I love seeing your beautiful face pop up on my screen every single time. Love it, love it, love it. If you're here with me, share this out. Share this video out. I want to be sure that I'm getting out to the masses. I'm on a mission for millions, waging war against the spirit of fear. I'm not playing with the spirit of fear, y'all. I'm not playing for real. Because too many of us are succumbing to the spirit of fear, and we're not walking in what God is calling us to do because we're scared. We're scared of what's on the other side. So I just want to be sure that I'm getting this message out to the masses. So if you're here with me, please hit the share button. Simply just hit the share button, because I want to be sure that other people have access to come ask their questions. Zakia, is it Zakia? I hope I'm saying your name right, love. I'm on a job that I'm grateful for, but feel like I should be a full-time entrepreneur. How do I overcome the fear to walk away and pursue something else? Baby, you and so many other women and men are in that same position, and I totally understand it because I was there. All of 2 years ago, I was there. I was in a job that I loved as a marriage and family therapist. For me, it did get to the point where I didn't like it anymore because I felt restricted in what I was doing, and I felt like God was calling me to so much more. And it just sounds like God is really calling you to so much more than what you're doing. So it's really about setting your intentions and setting a plan. If you really want to escape your 9 to 5, you want to be sure that you're not just peacing out, like deuces, I'm out. You know, you don't want to do it like that. You want to be sure that you're clear on what your business is, what your passions are, what you want to do, who you serve. You've got to be sure that you at least have your business model in place and you're starting to work on your business before you actually exit that 9 to 5. And as you're doing that, you're going to gain that confidence that you need. As you're studying, as you're getting, more competent in your craft and business, you're going to get more confident to be able to step out eventually to say, I'm going to set this aside because I have my business structure in place. But it's a process. Zakia, it's a process, love. Things like that, they don't happen overnight. But it's really about understanding what God is calling you to. So number one, I would really recommend that you get clear on what God is calling you to do, what type of business you want to have, what services you want to provide, and who your audience is. You've got to really get clear on that first so that you can start walking in it, start becoming it, start telling people what you want to do, start actually serving people. And as you continue to serve people, you're going to feel that confidence really start growing inside of you so that when the time comes, you'll be able to separate from your job. Okay? So I hope that answers your question. Cynthia. So I am very creative and I have a million ideas that come through my mind. I'm always scared that I want too much and maybe won't amount to anything because I can't focus on one thing. So is it okay to want to accomplish as much as you possibly think about? If not, then how do I pick one thing when I feel like I'm called to a lot more? It's about focus. It's about focus, focus, focus. And that's the thing, is the entrepreneurial spirit. Hey, Ruth, you're welcome, Zakia. It's the entrepreneurial spirit. We all have like a gajillion ideas in the inside of our head. God is like constantly pouring ideas into our head, but you've got to focus. You've got to focus on, I would say, number one, always, what do you love the most? What business idea do you love the most that you can find the most profitability in? You've got to focus on that one thing first. Maybe take note of all the other ideas that are coming. And to be honest with you, understand that every single idea that you have may not see the light of day. It just may not, because there's going to be a constant outpouring of new ideas. And so as you grow, you'll be able to manage which ones can take a precedence. Some ideas that we have, it requires a process that's going to take time for us to really implement. Other ideas that we have, we can actually hop right on it and be like, boom, let me go ahead and knock this out right now. But you've got to be diligent in focusing on one thing and making that work before you switch to something else. Because a lot of times I find what happens is we have these ideas and we're so scattered all over the place and we don't get anywhere when we can't focus. So it's not that it's a bad thing that we have these ideas. However, it can become a bad thing when we can't focus on something. We have 10,000 things we want to do, and 6 months go by and we haven't done anything because we've dibbled and dabbled in so much and we haven't been able to focus on the prize, focus on one thing that God is calling us to do. So you really want to speak to whatever it is that's in your heart that's really screaming at you the most. And if it's the most profitable, that's what you want to go with. But you've got to really focus on one thing, take note of everything else, and as time goes on, you'll be able to implement things, and God will show you. God will show you, God will lead you, God will let you know when it's time to move on to the next thing. But you got to trust the process. And you've got to be sure that you're disciplined about being focused. Okay? But I get it. I totally understand. I've actually, for me, because I have the same, it's not a problem, because I have the same thing in regards to like all these ideas, I actually have a vision book where I write down all the visions that God has given me, these ideas and these things that I want to do. And as I move forward, what I do is I get the details of how that looks. What does it look like? What is the name of it? Who am I? Who is this geared towards? I literally write down the entire vision, because at some point or another, God may bring me back to it. And when he brings me back to it, because I want to write the vision and make it plain, when it's time to execute, men will be able to run with it because it's already written down. All the details are already written down and we can just move on it. So I would even encourage, even just having like a notebook or like a legal pad or a journal or something that is like your vision book where you're writing down your ideas, and understand that because you can't do everything at once, God will bring you back to them in time. Okay? And at the end of the day, when you have so many ideas, God will even put people in your face and in your place to be able to partner with who may also have these same ideas. And that's happened. A couple of the ideas that I've had, my cousin, who she does event design and floral design, like literally the ideas that I've had in my business, I'm talking to her about it, and she's like, oh my gosh, I want to do kind of the same thing, but yet like a kind of like a different twist to it, where our businesses literally can collaborate and make something amazing. So when the time comes, we'll be able to partner, because I may not have been able to do that by myself. So it's always good to keep note of your ideas. But you got to focus first, okay? You got to focus, love. Focus. Hey, Louisa. Okay, good. You can do that on your phone. Perfect. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I would actually encourage you, I mean, doing things like that on your phone is great, but I really encourage you to put pen to paper. Put pen to paper, do like a brain dump. Once you do that brain dump and all the ideas are coming out, then organize them a bit more. And the reason I say that is because when we talk about electronics, when we talk about technology, all it takes is for your phone to fall on the toilet, baby, and it's gone. If you don't have it saved to like a Google Drive, you've lost everything that you've thought of. So I would encourage you to try and see if you can actually put pen to paper as well. Okay? Does that answer your question? I hope so. Y'all, I got this lamp because the lighting in here was like awful today, because like the sun was like, it's just really kind of dark. So I got like this lamp like right here in my face, and it's like hot. I'm always hot, but this is just hot. So for those of you who are still here with me, if you have any questions, please ask them. I hope you're getting some value, even if you're not asking questions, baby. I hope y'all getting some value. I'm focused on my holistic health business right now. Is it okay if I get prepared for the other stuff though? I mean, absolutely. It's really up to you in regards to how you want to prepare, but you want to focus. Focus on one thing at a time. If these other businesses and these other ideas necessarily aren't complementing what you're doing with your holistic health business, then you want to set it aside, because you want to focus and be sure that you're getting some traction in business number one and priority number one before you move on to the next thing. So it's not to say that you're just completely eliminating everything, but you've got to focus on one thing and then just take note of everything else. Because the whole thing is it's about avoiding being scatterbrained, avoiding not taking any action because we don't know what action to take. So pick one thing, and go with that. Y'all, Cynthia coming with the questions. I love it. Y'all better get on board. I only got a few minutes left. Y'all better ask y'all questions. Baby, what you mean y'all want to take over the whole thing? If ain't nobody else asking questions, then ask. I don't want to take over the whole thing. I have a million questions, so I think we should have a session. Let's do that. Let's do that, because if you really need to get a bit more instruction, and that's the thing, y'all can come on my lives all you want and get some great value and great information, but beyond that live, it's kind of like, well, now what do I do? You don't have the how-to. A lot of times, you'll get the what, but you don't get the how-to. You don't understand how to move through the process. And that's what I'm here for, is to help you understand how to confidently and courageously move through the process, how to really overcome these fears of moving forward and organize your mind so that you understand that you got this. Everything that you need is on the inside of you. God is giving you the gift. That means God will give you the resources to make it happen. But you've got to overcome those fears. You've got to overcome those feelings of unworthiness, those negative emotions, those things that's keeping you stuck, in order to see the glory, in order to see the person that you want to become. Who do you want to become? Who is she? So I really want to encourage you. I was going to wait till a little later, but I really want to encourage you, if you're stuck, if you're really feeling like I need some consistent education, a consistent community, a consistent live coaching, consistent value, then I really want to encourage you to join my Royal Communities. The Royal Community Epic Courage Academy is for women of faith who are struggling with fears, who are struggling with managing emotions, who are struggling with feelings of unworthiness, who are struggling with forgiveness, who really need to understand who they are in this moment and who they want to become, and who want to figure out, how do I get to her? How do I get to her? I have some blocks and some fears that I really need to get past, some internal things that are really weighing on me, some limiting beliefs, some internal talk that won't let me move into the woman that I'm trying to become. So the Epic Courage Academy speaks to just that. For only $25, not only are we going to do this weekly coaching, We're going to do this weekly coaching for an hour. Right now, I'm giving y'all 30 minutes. But this weekly coaching is going to come every single week for an hour. I'm going to be doing a workshop on July the 5th on from fearful to fearless, how to put courage into action. And I'm really going to show you step by step how to be more courageous in your relationships, how to be more courageous in business and in your personal life. And then Nadia Plunkett is going to come in, and she's also going to talk about courage. And she's going to do a 1-hour training in July as well. So I really want to encourage you, if you want to be a part of this community, it's only $25 for the 2-hour workshop, the 1-hour guest expert training, and the weekly live coaching. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link here so that you can get more information on how to join Epic Courage Academy. Royal Communities. I also have another community. Okay, so bit.do/Royal Communities is where you're going to find the Epic Courage Academy. And then I also have the Abundant Entrepreneur University. And that one's for entrepreneurs. And in the Abundant Entrepreneur University, you're going to get a monthly live workshop from me as well. And then you're also going to get eight experts are going to be coming in other industries, in sales and marketing, in branding, and business strategies, systems, productivity. Some other experts are going to be coming in giving you a talk, a presentation, really giving you the strategies and the how-tos to take your business to the next level. You know, I really wanted to create a safe space where you can come in and get education as an entrepreneur so that you can not only just work on the mindset and what it takes to really become the person and the business owner that you want to be, but how can you also work on the strategy? How can you also work on your branding and your leadership and every other aspect of business? And the goal here is to be a well-rounded entrepreneur. And so for $47, you're going to get the monthly 2-hour training, and you're going to get 8 experts. Every single week, 2 experts are going to come in and give you trainings. And this is only $47. And so for $47, that's a lot of value, honey, for you to be able to every single month take your business to the next level. And in addition to all the training that you're going to get in both of these communities, you're going to have a community of women of faith or a community of entrepreneurs who can really support you. In the Abundant Entrepreneur University, you'll be able to promote your business. You know, maybe there's someone in there that can become a client of yours. Maybe they need what you have. Maybe you need what they have. In the Epic Courage Academy, maybe there's other women of faith who can support you and pray for you and really make those connections and really have that support and accountability that you're looking for. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to create these safe spaces for you to come in and get consistent support every single month, because that's how we grow, and that's how we create habits, when we do it over and over and over and over. So I really wanted to be able to provide you value on a consistent basis so that you can take your life to another level. And I didn't want money to be an excuse. I didn't want, you know, I can't afford it and I have to save up at $25, $47 to take your life and get immediate transformation and really get clarity and insight on what's been holding you back. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. I wanted to be able to get this to you sooner than later, okay? So if you're interested in the Epic Courage Academy, or if you're interested in the Abundant Entrepreneur University, you can go to bit.do/Royal Communities, and you'll be able to see both of them there. You can join either one or you can join both, okay? So I'm going to get ready to wrap up in about 5 minutes. If you're still here with me, or for those of you who are joining, please share this out, because there may be other people who have had the same questions. I'm just trying to think. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's any more. Okay. Cynthia, if you're still with me, please inbox me so that we can talk about how to really move forward and get you some clarity, okay? Thank you so much for sharing, everybody. I love it. I like it. What song is that? Oh, remember, it just came to me. Got a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Got a few more minutes. If you're still here with me, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, if you're feeling like you need some more support and some more guidance on a consistent basis so that you can develop new habits and really, really be successful in getting past these fears and really moving into the person that God is calling you to be, please check out my Royal Communities. Please check out the Epic Courage Academy and the Abundant Entrepreneur University, okay? Okay, perfect, Cynthia, perfect. All right, y'all. That has been my time. So if you're interested in more support and more guidance, please check out bit.do/royal communities. Those communities are for women of faith who are really struggling with moving past fears and walking in confidence and really being courageous in life, and entrepreneurs who are struggling with fears and really, playing a bigger game in business and getting the education that they need to be successful. So go to bit.do/royal communities. It ain't no .com. It's just bit.do/royal communities. All right, loves. Candace Gray, the Courage Coach, signing off. Love you all.